Hey, what's up, y'all? Um, I'm doing this because I said I wasn't gonna do it, but this has to do with like Amber Nicole, this 14-year-old young lady who was caught doing what she did, behind the school, and I guess like in a company of like three or more males or whatever it was. But to me, everything I'm saying it's not even about this young lady. What it's about is a bunch of adults that are just as childish as 14-year-olds and teens and younger. 90% of the things I see that carry negativity is a female, and it's an older female. You're sitting there saying how ashamed you are, and or she knew what she was doing. But the thing about this is that our kids only do what they're taught. Our kids only do what we allow them to do. Our kids only learn what we present in front of them. So how can we fault Amber Nicole when so many of you ladies help create her? And then this is like damn near almost the worst case of cyberbullying I ever seen. That you have nerve enough to have hashtags, and she's just being tweeted all over Twitter, and she's a trending topic. I don't never see y'all do trending topics. What happened with trending topics on like this is domestic violence month. This is breast cancer awareness month. No bullying just passed. But so many of y'all are falling into this trap of trying to be seen, trying to make jokes about what she wears, what she's doing, how she's doing it. I mean, this is like I can't understand how we can cry and we can look at a person that hangs themselves or shoots themselves because they're being ridiculed over the internet, and we have so many people running and saying how bad that is and those people are wrong, and then these same people I see are posting this video to show what this young lady is doing. And what y'all don't know is, as adults, your stupid asses are basically putting child porn on your Facebook pages. So does that make you better? I can understand if you're talking about the situation. You don't have to show the video. If someone needs to see the video, let them Google it and let the feds look up what's going on in their hard drive so they can have some type of child pornography charge pressed against them. I can't blame this young lady for what she did. I can only blame her for not knowing better. When you know better, I understand you do better. But when you think this is a way to get accepted, how could you blame her? How could you blame her for wanting the attention of a male who, from what I understand, was an ex that she tried to get back with, and she was trying to prove how much she cared? I mean, that's lack of love coming from home. That's lack of love from friends. That's lack of love from all of you who may be neighbors, who may be people walking past her on the street in her day-to-day. I wonder how many people who knew this young lady actually encouraged her to be something other than Amber Nicole who went to school. I really, I don't understand how so many of you want to lead by example, but you walk off when it's time to make fun. And y'all are adults. Half of you women, y'all sleep with a man for a pair of shoes to get your bills paid because his car is nice, because he has swag, because you want to keep up with your girl, because your ass don't have a job. You're doing worse than that. But you're trying to put her down. And one thing I can tell you about a person who talks about another person who does something is most likely that person does the same thing or just trying to take the attention off themselves. I bet 98% of you done had oral sex. 98% of you done had one night stands having oral sex. And you're grown adults. If anything, y'all need to embrace this young lady. Y'all need to be making up pages saying support her. Y'all need to be reaching out to her saying I'm someone you can talk to. Y'all need to be spamming everybody that puts that on their page. Y'all need to be reporting everybody that puts that video on Twitter and Facebook. This goes so past what she's doing. This is like when we all, and especially as blacks, as African Americans, we always talk about how the other man pulls us down, how the white man sits there and pulls us apart, and how they sit there and just come through our community and just tear everything down. We do it to ourselves more than they do it to us. Of all the things I've seen out of maybe damn there, I saw Twitter just the hashtag for Amber Cole. I saw about 200 of them. Out of 200 and maybe an hour, if that long, I saw maybe 4 or 5 that was saying leave the girl alone. And of all those things, out the 200, it might have been 160, 170 that were females. How would you feel? Like, how would you feel if that was your daughter? How would you feel if that was your sister? Like, the internet is like can ruin a person's life and it can make a person's life. It is what you make it. But to put her video on Facebook, to put the video on Twitter, and then say, oh, this is what she did, you're no better than she is. Not because of what she did, but because of how she exposed herself. If anything, y'all need to reach out to this young lady. And those of y'all who think you're holier than thou and trying to condemn her for what I did, look at your own life. Before you sit there and look at a cracked mirror, be sure your mirror erased all the smudges off it. None of us are better than anybody. Half of the stuff that most of these teens did, most of us have done it already. But the thing is, we done got to the point where we're either married or we're in this relationship, and now we're trying to hide it. Most of y'all need to grow up. And if you don't, only thing you'll be doing is tearing our teens down.